family, we follow a code of honor. It is not forgiving. To betray one is to betray all.
First of all, Mafia The Old Country has to be one of the greatest games that's going to be coming out within the year. The official release date has just been revealed. It's August 8, 2025, and after years of speculations, this game will finally take us back to the very origins of the organized crime network back in Sicily, diving deep into the underground world of the early 1900s. This game is also developed by Hangar 13, same team behind Mafia 3, and it is set to deliver big. Not to mention, with a stacked lineup from Take-Two, including Borderlands 4, Grand Theft Auto 6 releasing around the same time, 2025 is going to be an absolute banger. And with a live stream at PAX on May 8, we might get even more juicy details.
My flesh must burn like this saint. If I do not keep my oath. Welcome, Enzo.
The Grand Theft Auto 6 hype is real, and the rumors are only intensifying so far. See, while Rockstar Games dropped the first trailer in December 2023 with over 250,000 views on YouTube, they've stayed pretty quiet since then. I mean, we're all hanging on every kind of update, especially with Take-Two's earnings call coming up on May 15. That might finally give us some clarity on whether the game will hit its expected autumn release. We're also hearing whispers about a well-researched story on Grand Theft Auto 6's online modes coming soon, so buckle up, the next few weeks is gonna be big.
capabilities of control. He called the first sign of this.
Mind's Eye is definitely one to look out for, at least. This is a futuristic action-adventure game where you play as a soldier caught in a world filled with these shady corporations and a powerful AI regime. Like, what stands out about this game specifically is the combat. It's a mix of strategic moves and intense action, plus the environments look incredibly impressive. You've got this neutral implant thing going on, which adds an interesting twist to the story. It's a solo experience also referring to deep narratives and a bit of futuristic chaos. Mind's Eye might be exactly what you're looking for. Definitely a fresh take on this genre.
On the very stars and stripes that made them a success.
You still haven't given us clearance for launch.
Give me access to the back-end system of my city book, and then we'll talk.
Today's a very special day. Well, it's not every day we get to test the existential potential of man with machine.
This city loves me, Marco. I can spin this like I always do.
I will not let them fucking stop me!
Up next at number 4, we've got the much-awaited Ballad of Antara. In fact, it's a free-to-play dark fantasy RPG from Tipsworks, creators of Pascal's Wager, the mobile game, and it's set in a world split by a grey mist, where you play as these pack of warriors that's going to be fighting these divine beasts. Combat's a pretty fast one with a squad of 3 others. In this one you can even swap mid-fight. It's got this para-dimension element which offers a very unique exploration system to keep it grindy. Originally this was a mobile project, it's now an Unreal Engine 5 eye candy. It is coming to PlayStation 5 PC mobiles in 2025. It's basically Nier meets Genshin Impact, if we can stomach the free-to-play grind.
要不是小家伙的血灵把我带到这儿，你们就全完了。
我们原本想顺着朝圣的路前往巨巷，没想到出了点意外。
如果还有时间，我倒是想让你多睡会儿。
Destiny.
With that being said, The Witcher 4 is officially cooking and it's giving main character energy. This is dubbed Project Polaris. It's a next-gen saga that kicks off a brand new trilogy with Ciri front as the main character. I mean, forget everything you know. This is a dark, raw, Unreal Engine 5 powered Witcher universe. In fact, CD Projekt Red's got over 400 developers grinding on it so far. But don't expect it to drop before 2027. The game's gonna have a heavy world building, lots of choices that actually matter, and Ciri's magic going wild in combat. It's brutal, cinematic, and totally unhinged in the best way.
She were to go to the woods. The chosen one. His tradition.
Oh no, no, no.
It's all we wanted. For her to go to the woods. To go to the gods.
Gods? There are no gods here. There are only monsters.
God Save Birmingham is about to change the zombie game scene in a way. Picture a medieval Birmingham, zombies are everywhere. You gotta survive using your wits, not over-the-top weapons. It's got the Last of Us sneaky takedown action but with realistic physics. You're gonna be moving furniture to block doors, building bridges from ladders, and climbing ledges to stay alive. No pausing to chow down either. Everything's in real time, so you've gotta think on your feet. Hunger, fatigue, injuries, you will feel it all. It's a fresh take on the survival games, and trust me, this one is gonna be a wild ride.
Ah, damn it. Damn it all.
Why did you come back?
I stood in the home I was born in.
Hell is Us is officially dropping September 4, and after the latest state of play reveal, this one's shaping up to be something truly special, right? Nacon and Rogue Factor are definitely not going to be holding hands with any map or quest markers in this game. This is basically pure discovery and challenge, and if you've ever wanted to explore a war-torn, explore world completely on your own terms, this might be the adventure that you've been craving. You'll step into the shoes of a man that's searching for his past in a country that's ravaged by civil war and all sorts of supernatural horrors, and gameplay-wise it's just a breath of fresh air in the action-adventure genre. This has been a while, but Alkahist is looking, crazy good, if nothing else. This is a first-person medieval RPG as well, where you're not gonna be just swinging sword. You're gonna be setting people on. You're gonna be kicking them off cliffs and dropping trees on hands and heads. This is a game about chaos, gore, brutalism, and some close combat mixed with wild alchemy recipes instead of magic. Think Dark Messiah meets Dishonored, but even grittier. You're gonna be roaming castles, forests, villages, full medieval fantasy vibes. No release date yet though, but it's heating up fast for PC players.
In the universe. Dune Awakening is a multiplayer survival game on a massive scale.
Dune Awakening's new trailer just hit, and it's another wild one. In fact, the map changes every week in the game thanks to those storms, which are gonna keep things fresh and unpredictable in the game's universe. Also, the desert bike that you see, it's kinda Sable-esque, but with way more danger. You're not only gonna be driving it, you're gonna be climbing cliffs, scanning for wrecks, and battling through sandstorms to mess with all kinds of hazards. This game is all about survival, and with the map constantly shifting, it'll never feel like the same. This game will drop on May 9 now, but you can already start customizing the character. Check it out.
To launch a survey probe, revealing large swaths of terrain and important locations like shipwrecks or abandoned Imperial testing stations. Traverse difficult terrain with tools like the Shigawire Claw and Suspensor Belt, and claim powerful tech and gear. Expand your fleet of vehicles and upgrade them with new modules to suit your playstyle. From the cockpit of the iconic Ornithopter, even the most remote expanses of Arrakis are within your reach. In the deep desert, massive...
Ghosts of Yotei finally has a release date. It's coming out October 2nd to PlayStation 5 and PC only. This game is set after Ghosts of Tsushima as a spiritual follow-up that actually swaps samurai honor for raw revenge. You play as Atsu, a warrior that's left dead and burned under a ginkgo tree, and now she's coming back lethal, tracking down all the villains or bosses, it's called Yotei, that each have a code name and a very dark past. These developers are aiming for a tighter, less repetitive open world this time, plus the new trailer here shows off some intense duels, supernatural vibes, and some seriously well-detailed style. It's looking brutal, emotional, and honestly it might as well sell a lot of PlayStation 5 Pros as well.
How did it feel to learn the truth about the night sky tragedy?
Archage Chronicles is finally peeking out from the shadows, showing off some shiny new weapons, wild creatures, and some seriously pretty locations. Yeah, this game has been delayed a bunch of times and the hype's kinda lukewarm after the OG Archage faded out, but this one's actually going smaller scale and leaning more into an action RPG territory. Think online grind meets fast combat, all wrapped in a high fantasy vibe. If you're into customizable gear, taming beasts, or fighting them, or exploring, this might still be worth watching. It's coming to all consoles in the first quarter of 2026, or best case scenario late 2025.
Prove yourself. If you survive this trial,
Fast. Please, let us pass through. I beg of you. Please.
Coming up behind that at number 12, we have Blood of Dawnwalker, which is an action RPG from Rebel Wolves, a studio formed by former Witcher 3 developers and other talents as well. This game is set in a plague-stricken 14th century Europe and introduces players to a dark fantasy world brimming with vampires and moral ambiguity. You're going to be playing as this character called Cohen, a Dawnwalker is navigating the balance between human resilience and vampire powers in a quest filled with all kinds of moral choices and danger. I mean, it seems to be made with the use of Unreal Engine 5 and a gameplay reveal is planned for a summer 2025.
like all good sequels, we've included everything that should have been in the first game.
At number 13, it's The Outer Worlds 2. Well, it's gearing up to bring Obsidian's beloved space RPG back with a fresh adventure. I mean, the sequel will introduce players to a brand new star system with new companions, weapons, and environments with the premise of being twice as big as the original. I mean, this game finally got a proper showcase recently, revealing gameplay and confirmation that it's going to PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X, and PC with day one availability on Xbox Game Pass. Fans of the first game are in for a real treat this time, and more updates will roll out soon. Check it out.
Details are scant. You're in an island kingdom that was once prosperous.
With that being said, we've got over here of Ash and Steel. It's a first-time mentioner, but we think it's shaping up to be an RPG that truly captures the spirit of classic games while embracing modern designs as well. First of all, this game is set in the Kingdom of Seven, once this thriving island now in ruins, and you're gonna need to sharpen your combat skills and fight for survival. If you want to be, for example, a quick, agile rapier explorer with heavy armored knight, the choice is all yours to tailor your playstyle. And there is no hand-holding here, no markers or quest directions. Instead, you're going to be exploring a world where curiosity and risk are your best guides. Take a look.
Particularly awesome, or if the story will really leave a lasting impression. And I think that's what will really anchor this experience, the story. There are hints of humor that I'm hoping will contrast by the end with a more epic tale of strife and survival. Right now, I'd call this a game for RPG players to keep an eye on, but if the developers can really nail that story and elevate the dude beyond genericism, that's what will distinguish Of Ash and Steel within the realm of medieval fantasy RPGs.
Reborn.
If you are into extraction shooter games, although we have mentioned it before, Exoborn is also shaping up to be a serious one to watch. It's another upcoming but sci-fi shooter from the X Division developers, mixing crazy weather like tornadoes and firearms with customizable rigs and some tight PvP and PvE action. You're gonna be dropping in, looting, fighting AI and real players, and trying to survive long enough to exfil or chase down some high-value targets if you're feeling bold. Exoborn's aiming for a 2025 launch on PC, PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X, and this is how it looks. A couple of days ago we got another gameplay trailer for Pioneer. which is, it's a post-apocalyptic first-person MMO stalker-like survival game, and we got a solid 2-minute peek into its world, NPCs, and weapons and everything you can expect. Pioneer, if you missed it, is set in this desolate local and Soviet era, and the trailer showcases a very wide range of its uniqueness in weapons, gadgets, and how you track these anomalies, along with plenty of intense combat. Like, you're gonna be facing off against mutants, robots, zombies, and various human factions, and all within a PvE. With that being said, while there's no confirmed release date yet, Pioneer is expected to arrive this year, with beta sign-ups still open on its official website.
was a mistake, and will continue to monitor you and your progress. Your actions are rapidly changing the course of events, and the general vector of changes is close to our worldview.
But here everything is strange. Our informant is weird. Our enemies are weird. The same goes for you too.
If you're looking for something different, Ananta might be it. Ananta is a free-to-play urban fantasy open-world RPG where you play as an elite agent who's trying to clean up a city that's gone completely insane in every way. I mean, look, the combat's super dynamic, almost like a kung fu movie, and the world's just packed with all kinds of weird adventures, charms, mysteries, and chill side activities. It's coming to PlayStation 5, PC, iOS, and Android with pre-registrations open now. No release date yet, but it's definitely one to watch. Ananta was previously known as Project Mugen, and as you can see, it depicts a game that could do for a Grand Theft Auto and Genshin Impact at the same time. Borderlands 4 will eventually hit all the consoles including Switch 2, and it's going to be bigger, louder, and even more chaotic than before. You get the same wild looter-shooter action with a brand new planet, new vault hunters, and a fresh set of guns, millions of them, explosive co-op mayhem, off-the-wall humor, and a storyline that leans hard into the bizarre. And whether you are diving solo or teaming up with the friends, this will be one of the greatest that'll ever land on a console, especially Switch 2. Glacier is a upcoming first-person action game set about 65 million years into the future, where Earth's frozen over and life is surviving under the ice. See, you're playing as a bird dinosaur hybrid fighting to protect this Everwinter. These developers just dropped a new trailer for it and a release window, and by the looks of it, the combat's pretty fast, sharp, blending melee, ranged, and powers like this crystal blade and heat tunnels. I mean, Glacier's ocean world just seems to be packed with fish, crocodiles, and icy skyplans, and overall it's all built with 4K visuals, ray tracing, and some insane details. Glacier hits PC in the third quarter of 2025 and will be playable at PAX East. And last but not least, obviously we've got Little Devil Inside, one of those games that made an unforgettable first impression. And if you missed it, it's a low poly art style mixed with bold, striking colors that initially, instantly stuck with a lot of people. But after being announced way back in 2015, it feels like we're waiting for a dream that keeps slipping further away. Even after the team's update in 2024, showing off fresh gameplay and reassuring everybody it's still alive, the wait's been brutal. Still, with all the ambition packed into this project, a proper release finally could make it all worthwhile. Hopefully sooner rather than later.